My journey today starts where I last left off in episode 100, driving towards my destination near Hope Valley on Highway 88. This is the peak time of the year for autumn colors, and that's what I'm here to paint in my sketchbook today. That's incredible, man. Unbelievable. This is so epic, dude. Alright guys, after driving around for quite a while, found my scene that I'm going to paint. Some aspen trees in the distance, but lovely color harmony. I think it's going to come out well. The only challenge is my car is parked on the side of the road and it's kind of leaning. I'm leaning all to one side, so other than that, it should be pretty cool, pretty straightforward, beautiful. So let's do it. So I'm starting off this painting with the grass here and the yellows, all the lighter tones. My main concern, at least one of my biggest concerns when I was doing this painting, was getting the color harmony and really trying to match the exact colors that were out there. Some plein air sketches I do and things, I have different intentions depending on what the subject is or just the way I'm feeling about the subject. Sometimes I want to catch what's really out there for the colors or for the subject matter. And sometimes I like to capture the essence of what's out there and kind of play with the colors a little bit. You know, it just depends on my mood or what the subject is kind of saying to me or speaking to me. And I felt for this particular scene, I don't really see yellow trees all too often. You know, it's a very rare occurrence, once a year for like 2 weeks or a month out of the year. If I'm lucky, I get to see some yellow trees in the fall. So I decided that I was going to go for the color as best I could manage. And I think here I end up, towards the end of the painting here, I end up getting too caught up in little shapes, all these little tiny things going on. It got a little too chaotic, and I think I wish I would have done more wet into wet, more softness, because this is all trees. So this should have all been soft and kind of melding together, and could have been a lot more fun, I think. But, that's how you learn. That's how I learned doing these paintings. But overall, I'm happy with the color harmony I was able to get overall. So it's not a complete failure or anything like that. It's definitely a learning lesson, but it's also good to use later on for some color. But anyway, let's jump into my next painting location. Alright guys, so I just parked, checking out this one little lake here. Just wanted to see if there was anything worth painting. I've never been here before. There's definitely been bears out here and stuff, so it kind of creeps me out. And at this particular spot, there's no people at all. There's like one other person over there. Pretty cool though. Wow. Wow. It's a lot cooler up here with the elevation. We're at like almost 8,000 feet. So it's definitely a lot colder than where I'm used to down in the valley at about 200 feet elevation. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty epic, but I'm just not seeing anything like for a focal point really. I think if I painted here, this would have to be something that's like later in the evening where the light's a little more interesting. Otherwise, there's nothing really, there's no interesting reflections. Nothing's really popping out to me at the moment, so I'm gonna head back to my car, try not to die. Just keep riding. Still got a lot of daylight left. Oh, and the sun came out, if you guys haven't noticed. No more clouds the rest of the day, it looks like, at least for a little while. Yeah, just keeping my eye open for some subjects. I'd love to get some more yellow trees in there, especially with the sun. Because earlier, those yellow trees, it was all overcast. So I'd love to do like some sunlight, yellow trees, so see if I can find something. Look at all these rocks, man, it's beautiful. It's incredible. All right, one more shot of some yellow trees here, check it out. Looks pretty epic, right? See what I can get away with here. Try to design them a little bit, try to figure something out with them. But I'm really digging the color, the light's nice. We got some light out finally. so I'm gonna do a little sketch. This will be the last page of this sketchbook. All right, with this painting, this one's in sunlight. Unlike the first one was an overcast painting, and the second one was in sunlight. And in the end, I don't know that there was much difference between the two paintings as far as color harmony and values and stuff. That first painting I did was pretty difficult with the overcast scene. This one I had a little more fun with. I learned from the painting in the morning. For the most part, I kept this one a little bit more loose, tried to keep it soft. I used some wax resist there for some texture, and I didn't really show through as much as I had wished or had wanted to. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Every painting is a struggle for the most part, or it can be. Every painting's a challenge, really. So, a lot of what I did these first two paintings was mostly softness, a lot of trees. And, at this point, I have done a lot of landscapes and trees, but I don't know to this extent, really. I haven't done scenes that are completely trees. Not a whole lot of them anyway. So it was definitely a struggle. But once again, I got a very similar color harmony to the first painting, which is kind of cool because I think I can use these later on in the studio for larger work or just as reference for colors. If I ever want to or need to, I can tweak some of the color harmony. But it was nice to capture that, I think. And it was a beautiful day out. So it's fun to just get out. And even if I'm in the car, it was kind of a little too cold and windy to really get outside anywhere. So I had to stay in my car, unfortunately. But it was still a lot of fun doing these paintings for the most part, of course. All right, so of course, once I finished the painting, now the light is like amazingly epic, of course. But oh well, that's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes the light's better after you do the painting. But I took the tape off, so let's check it out. So this one's pretty cool. Pretty happy with it. Still a little chaotic like the last one, but overall I'm more happy with this one, I think. I think it was a good way to end the sketchbook. Yeah, these yellow trees, man, are always a challenge because usually the bark of the trunk is white, and leaving the white of the paper, it's really tough to do, and I sometimes forget. So yeah, it's challenging when you have to have little branches and stuff be white, and you can't leave that the white of the paper. It's really tough without having some kind of masking fluid or really, yeah, it's pretty tough. But anyway, guys, I'm going to start a new sketchbook, I think, now that I brought with me. I'm just going to keep doing paintings today. I'll just keep painting until, battery runs out or something. I might be able to fit one more in before the sun goes down. Okay, guys. This is it. This is the last stop of the day for me today, and I've got the most epic view. Got to check it out. So that's what I'm going to paint. So that's Kirkwood. Been here before. So this little town, it's mostly like a winter ski town. The population is 158 people. So very small, and it really is only operational in the winter. I've never been up here in the winter or anything, but I painted here a few episodes ago with a painting buddy. But we painted like in the town on the road of the mountain, and this time I'm getting the whole valley, epic mountains. Let's do it, man. Last one of the day, starting a brand new sketchbook. Should be pretty cool, man, hopefully. My camera battery's about to die, the cards are about to fill up, the sun's about to go down. My car, yeah, I just got to get home. Let's start this painting, man. It's gonna be epic. All right, I finally made it to the last painting here. And I kind of knew the whole day, this was going to be a painting spot. This one was just too epic, and I wanted to wait till the end of the day when the light was a little bit more interesting. The other two paintings were definitely a struggle to find or to settle on. There was so much to paint out here when I was driving around, and really settling on a location was difficult for me. And this particular painting was pretty difficult. I think I overworked it a little bit, as we'll see as it goes on. But even right now, I probably already overworked it, leaving those little spaces and stuff. And it was a lot of it was so far away. There was so much distance out there, and it was really hard to tell what color things were and what the temperature was. And yeah, it was just the value was all very close together. It was almost like an overcast scene because the values were all compressed very close together. But here in the foreground, it kind of came together a little bit more contrast. But this is definitely a different painting than the other two, but I was still able to capture some similar color schemes here, which is kind of cool. It kind of gives me the harmony of the day, the color of the light that day. You get a lot of information doing some paintings like this over the day. So it was definitely a lot of fun capturing this one in the light and saving the best for last. I think it's definitely a more epic type of scenery compared to the first two. The other ones were kind of just like tree studies and color studies, and this one was more of definitely had more composition. Definitely more of a compositional painting scheme. So there's that one. All right, folks, here's the finished painting without the tape. Came out pretty well, I think. I may have overdone some of the background a bit or something. I'm not exactly sure. It was pretty tough, pretty challenging, but yeah, overall, I like the distance that I got, the depth. The colors are a little weird, but that's kind of how the scene is. It was very gray, a lot of distance, a lot of depth in this one. So here's a final look at all three paintings together. It's really cool to see them all together because you really get to see the similarities and style and color and everything. And these will definitely be helpful in the future. And it was definitely a lot of fun painting these. So yeah, definitely really cool. Anyway, thanks for joining me on this journey. Let me know down below what your favorite painting sketch from today's episode was. Love to hear from you. And stay tuned for next episode. Take care of yourself. Peace.